Okay, guys, let's talk about proteins. We only need 10 grams for optimal recovery. So 10 grams of protein to help sort of protein synthesis occur within our bodies. Protein helps maintain our body tissue. It helps us feel fuller for longer. So having a high protein diet increases what's called satiety. So it means that you're going to be feeling full for a prolonged period of time. You want to aim to consume between 20 and 30 grams of protein every 2 to 3 hours. It's brilliant for maintaining muscle mass, and it helps repair muscles that are being used during exercise. So the aim is to achieve, high quality protein sources from things like meat, seafood, veg, dairy, soy, and you want to kind of have between 1.2 and 2 grams per kilogram of body weight per day. So, for example, me as an 80-kilo man, I want to try and consume, up to 160 grams of protein in a day. The most important thing, though, is when you're having your recovery, you only need 10 grams to start kicking in the muscular recovery. So protein timing. So when should we be having protein within our day and how much of it? So we would look to have between 10 and 20 grams of protein for breakfast. Remember, it takes 10 grams for your body to start kicking into building muscle. So 10 to 20 grams during breakfast. Our snacks could be 20 grams, maybe at 10:30 or 11 o'clock. Another 20 grams for lunch. In between sort of lunch and dinner, you might want to have another 20-gram protein shake, another 20 grams at dinner time, and then if you can, 20 grams just before bed. I would opt for what's called casein protein at night time. Casein protein comes from milk, and it's actually utilized very slowly, so it gives you a steady release of protein through the night. For your snacks, so maybe your post training session snack could be a protein shake made from whey protein isolate. Whey protein isolate gets utilized by the muscles very, very quickly. When we're looking at what exactly 20 grams looks like in meat, think about a chicken breast, okay, or a can of tuna. That would probably be approximately 20 grams of protein. So that's the kind of timings that you'd look to in regards to the protein aspect. So protein around training. So we probably want to have protein within 2 hours after training. So we don't necessarily need protein pre-training. Okay, but if you're doing a weight training session or an S&C session, we've created a lot of damage, a lot of inflammation, a lot of trauma to the actual tissue. So having an ingestion of between 15 to 25 grams of protein post-workout helps the protein resynthesis occur. So it helps your muscles begin to recover. Again, as I mentioned earlier in the earlier lectures, that carbohydrates are very anabolic. They make things grow. If you combine, high glycemic index carbohydrates along with 25 grams of whey protein isolate, what it really does is it really kickstarts that muscle recovery and helps get, the maximum hypertrophy, so the muscle growth to your muscles. So translating the numbers, so 15 to 20 grams of protein is approximately 1 scoop of whey protein. It can also be half a can of baked beans, 1 small chicken breast, half a can of tuna, a pint of milk, an average salmon fillet, 150 grams of strained yogurt, 500 milliliters of low-fat chocolate milk, 40 grams of beef jerky, or 1 cup of edamame beans. Sorry for the pronunciation, guys. It's tricky. The best thing here, and I was talking to George about this, is that 500 grams of low-fat chocolate milk. You can get that pretty much in your system relatively easily. Again, it's got a lot of simple carbohydrates in as well, so it's best to have that post-workout, because we don't want to be giving ourselves too many high glycemic index carbohydrates, because it makes us more likely to store it as fat. So, fats. What should we know about fats? So in the next lecture, I'm going to give you an overview of all that we need to know in regards to fats.